drone. Tell me what you gonna do, what you gonna do, what you gonna do. When we don't know where it's been, government ain't trustable, it ain't trustable. What you gonna do when you don't know who it is? New Jersey to Huxtable, in Brooklyn, New York. Headlights when I hit the sky, we're buzzing all through the night and run away. Folks spotting, saying it could be anybody, could be China or Iraq. Came up in a mothership. We can't seem to catch one. They turn off the lights and dip. For the Secret Service serving, watching our president elect. Will they wreck? Will they disappear? Or maybe they're really aliens? So we be no, we still gotta go to work in the morning. So till they cancel, I'm high. They could be Vin Diesel filming Let's Fast 26. Yeah, one way to meet the cast of Star Wars cross them franchises. Yeah.
Is there any military activity out straight ahead of us?
No, we're not seeing anything. I had another one report at like 30,000 feet in the Eugene area.
We're seeing 3 or 4 targets. You know, they're all altitudes, up and down. It's pretty crazy. There was some at 30 probably. I mean, they're shooting way up. We'd say maybe up to the 50s, it looks like.
They're zipping towards us and then back out towards the ocean. It's red in color, moving at extreme speeds. I don't even know how to describe how fast he's moving. 661 on the Fox.
After Luigi Manglioni's manifesto was released, there's been a massive domino effect. Doctors and health practitioners have been coming out and exposing the truth about the medical industry, and we could all learn something from what these two have to say. Listen very carefully.
The way things are set up is that the hospital needs to make money. The problem there is that if you figure out a way to help patients heal, and that way doesn't include a pill or a surgery, then the hospital and the doctor are in big trouble. If you figure out a way to help people heal and you can't charge them for it, well, then you've just worked yourself out of a job.
He even tried to make this doctor look crazy because he tells you exactly how to go from an average human being to a superhuman.
Most people, especially young people, probably don't realize that they're walking around right now at about 55%, maybe 60% of their true state of normal. There is a nutrient, an amino acid, a substrate, a compound, an element missing from their body that if they knew what it was, would make the difference between them being an average person and being a superhuman.
What supplement can I take? Don't end your sentence there, Gary.
So it's called L-theanine.
Oh. What he's talking about is L-theanine, and I did some research, you guys. The studies actually show that this stuff is the building block for serotonin and dopamine in your brain. Those are basically your brain's happy chemicals that make hard tasks seem a whole lot easier. But there's no coincidence that random conspiracy theorist podcasters have already known about this, and they've been using it for years.
Neurogum is one of them. We always keep Neurogum in the studio. We go through 4 or 5 fucking boxes of that stuff.
Neurogum really works?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Oh wow.
It's got theanine in it and caffeine and a couple other things, and what it does is it enhances your memory. It enhances your brain's ability to form sentences. And we did 2 double-blind placebo-controlled studies at the Boston Center for Memory, and it showed increase in alpha flow state. It showed increase in verbal memory, increase in, I think it was a reaction time, but it does something.
What he's talking about is this Neurogum stuff, and when you take it, you guys be ready. Get you into that really alpha flow state where you are really clear-minded and you know exactly what you want to do and how to do it. No more scatterbrain, no more mind-melting content, no more doom scrolling, because this stuff will have you locked in. It's not like a weird wired energy that you get from coffee or energy drinks. Stuff has been flying off the shelves because it's getting people out of that midday slump, and it's getting people active and back on task. If you're someone who can't really achieve your dreams because you keep getting distracted on your tasks, grab this right now in the TikTok shop. You guys, they have a bundle deal going on right now, and the end of the year flash sale, and they just released new flavors, so they're having a crazy flash sale right now. Get this stuff right here in this orange cart. If it's still available, you'll see the orange cart right here. If you don't see it, that means they're sold out and you missed your chance, and you will be a fool to miss this chance.
So I decided to take a look at these orbs that are actually showing up over the Escondido area. This is my high optic binos that I use actually for spotting. It's a spotting scope that we use out in the desert. And you can see there's one object right out here. It's been hovering. Do you see that? And then there's another object right in the sky over here. Do you see that? That's just been hovering there for a really long time. And then I ran the stuff into my scope. Actually.
Okay, so let me get this straight. 2 astronauts, right? Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore went out for a space mission, an 8-day space mission, back in June. They get trapped out in space on accident. Wasn't planned. But they just posted a picture today wearing Christmas hats. Lock in, okay? Let me explain this to you. They went out for an 8-day mission back in June. 8 days back in June. Today, since they're still trapped out there, they sent us a picture to be like, hey, we're doing all right. Why do you have Christmas hats on? Where did you get them from? Where did you get the Christmas hats from? Listen, I'm not a conspiracy theory. I'd rather just have the answer. But 2 things don't add up to me. If the mission was only 8 days back in June, there's no reason for them to have Christmas hats in December. How would they have Christmas hats? The mission was supposed to be 8 days in June. You were supposed to be back before Christmas. There's no reason for you to have Christmas hats. Now also, if you're telling me they're sending them supplies, why would you send them Christmas hats? They're trapped out in space. They want to come home. And you're sending Christmas hats? Something ain't adding up. I don't know exactly what it is, but something not adding up. Something not adding up. I don't know what y'all doing. Something not making no sense.
Yes, ma'am. I seen the drones too. They only come out at night or something. They probably up there right now. But I don't see what everybody's so scared for. I'm trying to get up there with them. Last time I was waving them down, trying to see what, trying to see what they talking about. I got my hair like them and everything. I don't know how their hair is, but some movies they got little predator type hairs, and then some movies they bald head, but I don't even care if it's bald head or not. I'm trying to go up there with them. I don't like it here. I don't like America, and I don't like Earth. I ain't trying to go to the good Lord right now. God, don't give up on me yet. You know that song? And I know I'm not your best bet, but I'm trying, so don't give up on me yet. And I'm trying to go with the aliens. Y'all, they know it's aliens. They talking about it's some drones. Girl, them cars is nice. Well, them drones is nicer than any car that's down here. And hopefully if they come get me, I hope y'all put this on live. If they come get me, I want a boyfriend and everything. I don't care if he got a little meat to him or nothing, because I like a little meat. I like to grab on stuff and stuff like that. So I don't know why everybody's so scared. I'm ready to go. Hopefully soon they come picking us up. They come, the government already taking us anyway. So why the UFOs can't take us? The drones can't take us? I want them to, I bet I ain't never had, I'll be the first, I don't know if I'll be the first one to get some alien, but I ain't never had no alien a day in my life. I want that real bad. But that girl said, I want that. I need that. Gotta have that. You scared of the aliens? Girl, the aliens been here. They told us so they lived under the water. I keep telling people to stop going on that water. Everybody keep disappearing and stuff like that. But I just want my ride. So when we start the camera, I'm going to try to plead to them to take me. I don't care what they eat. I'm going to cook for them and everything. Y'all like bird food, dog food, whatever they like. I'm going to cook it up real good. I'm going to mix it up real good. I know how to mix up some good dog food. I just need them to come get me real quick. So let me stop playing. I ain't going to say that on the news. Because if they come get me for real, I'm going to be so scared. I'm going to be real scared. No, I'm scared. Every time I see them up there, I just be like, is it the government or is it really like aliens or something like that? Come on, let's start the news. I'm scared now. I ain't scared. I ain't scared of shit. I really don't care. I really don't care. Come on. I'm nervous. What y'all mean is live?
Y'all listen to this.
You know that song Jingle Bell, right?
Jingle bells, yeah.
My mom said we can't sing it anymore because there was a black man running away from the white people, and and then the white people captured him, and then they put a collar on his neck and added jingle bells to it, and then that's when every time he tried to run away, the black person, all you'll hear is jingle bells ringing.
Really? She said that's where that song comes from?
It's a slave. It's a black slave.
A slave from slavery? Really? I'm gonna look into that. Thank you for sharing that with me.
Y'all, is this true?
I can see why they taught us about Eve and not Lilith. They don't want us channeling that energy. I think it's time we do. Even though Lilith's story predates the Bible, yes, predates the Bible, many people don't even know who Lilith is, or I should say what Lilith is. Lilith appears in Sumerian, Babylonian, and Jewish mysticism. She was first known as a goddess tied to fertility, sexuality, and the wild feminine side. And of course, she was later reimagined as a demon in patriarchal narratives. In the alphabet of Ben Sira, which is the Jewish lore, Lilith is portrayed as Adam's first wife. This is a lot different from the story we heard about Eve, because they said Eve was made from Adam's rib. This insinuates that Adam came first. According to the text, this became a problem with Lilith because Lilith was like, nah, we was made at the same time. I'm about to worship and obey him. What do you think this is? Lilith said, you know what? Y'all got it. I'm leaving Eden. With Lilith leading the Garden of Eden, this marked her as a symbol of defiance, autonomy, and divine power. So of course, when she left Eden, they demonized her, made her a symbol of chaos, a seductress, a child snatcher. All of that is distortion. They made all that up just so they could suppress the divine feminine. Lilith represents equality. She just wanted equal standing with Adam. Remember, everything is allegorical, so I'm going to get to the allegories in a minute, but I want to just break the story down so it'll make sense to y'all. Lilith was challenging the idea that men was superior to women. It also represents sexual autonomy. She controlled her body. She wasn't letting nobody tell her what to do with it. This threatened the patriarchal narrative because according to them, women's body is solely for male use. I think not. It also represents divine knowledge like the serpent in Eden. She sought higher wisdom and was not comfortable. She wasn't content with blind obedience. Just like everything else, her story was rewritten to instill fear. Now that we have the story out the way, let's look at it allegorically. You know that Adam is A-T-O-M, atom. Of course, Adam represents the masculine principle, foundation of structure, logic, and physical manifestation. Atom, A-T-O-M, is the first building block of creation. But remember, it's incomplete without balance, which is where Lilith comes in. Like I said, Lilith is that raw, wild-ass feminine energy. This is the creative and chaotic force of the cosmos. She is the dark matter energy, that unseen force. And this energy holds the universe together. The departure from Adam symbolizes the imbalance. Feminine energy is rejected or suppressed. Now, Eve is more of a structured feminine energy. She represents the nurturing, controlled aspect of the feminine. She was shaped from Adam to complement him. It's like the receptive, manifesting force of creation. It embodies harmony with structure. Again, Adam, spark of creation. Lilith is the void, dark matter energy, or what we like to call primordial energy from which every creation was birthed. You think about Eden is a contained, structured garden, which is why Lilith left. Energy cannot be boxed or constrained. She couldn't stay in the garden because her energy is expansive and free. Serpent is the Kundalini energy. This is the force that connects us to divine wisdom and truth. Lilith and the serpent share this symbolism. Both of them encourage the pursuit of knowledge and spiritual wisdom, as well as self-realization. How did Lilith leave the Garden of Eden? She spoke the name of God. This represents the mastery of energy. To speak the name is to understand the frequency and vibration of the creation. Her leaving wasn't rebellion, it was a reclamation of power. Eve represents the structured feminine energy that wants to fit within the constraints of the masculine energy. You know that energy is everything, and Lilith represents energy in its rawest form. This energy reminds us of our full creative potential, connection to the divine, and our shadow self. This energy teaches us to embrace the parts of us that we fear, untamed, intuitive, and passionate aspects of our being. In the video where I talked about Medusa's real story, I told y'all how she was depicted with serpentine locks. In many ancient cultures, so was Lilith. Snakes, aka the serpent, are a representation of transformation, rebirth, and power. This is why they shed their skin. In my Origins of Humanity video, I explained to y'all the correlation and why we shed skin just like the serpent. Snakes are an extension of divine power. This power was a threat to patriarchal control. So of course, Medusa and Lilith were both demonized. Medusa's locks and Lilith's untamed hair, aka her serpentine locks, they are both connected.
represent energy in its unbound state. It has always been symbolic and tied to our spiritual wisdom, knowledge, and power. Don't forget the strength. When we break the stories down, we can see exactly why they demonized both of these figures. Because Lilith bucked the system and left the Garden of Eden, Medusa was demonized after being violated in Athena's temple. They want everybody to believe they was the demon. As part of the larger cosmic shift, we are definitely witnessing the return of Lilith as well as Medusa's energy. You know, energy moves in cycles, so we in the cycle of rebalancing. Divine feminine can no longer be suppressed. People are breaking free from dogma and reconnecting with ancient wisdom. Get this, the rise of Lilith and Medusa's energy is not to suppress the masculine as they did us. We are here to rebalance because masculine energy thrives when it's rebalanced with feminine energy. We're here to create harmony, not dominance. You can understand the symbolism, the metaphors, and the allegory. You can start to see the message clearly. And you start to see how society fears that raw, untamed, divine feminine energy. There's nothing they can do now. We rising and we will never be suppressed again. So the story of Lilith, if nothing else, teaches us that we cannot step into our full power until we embrace every part of ourselves. Lilith was a true definition of be who you are. Walk in your power. Make sure you let me know your thoughts in the comment. Peace, love, and light, and gratitude for watching.
What happened to them research monkeys that got loose like a month ago? Down south. It was like 20 of them. That shit just faded to black.
So I'm not entirely sure what is going on here. So the only real explanation is probably those drones everybody's seeing. Like, what else could have possibly made this happen? It's gotta be drones, right? Like, what could make a perfect circle in the ice and it's just sitting here spinning?
And then that's why you're not supposed to go get readings and try to contact your old loved ones, because you got all these disembodied souls waiting to get back through something. And they know you trying to contact your relatives, so they'll pose as your goddamn relatives. And now you got the meeting, they're like, oh, well, I just contacted your dead uncle. That ain't your uncle. That ain't your uncle at all. But you let his ass in if you want to. And see if you don't regret it. So to me, your lost souls, your disembodied souls, and your new souls. We just spoke about the Ascended Masters and rising Ascended Masters. That's fine. Let's keep going though. Then you got your angels, your angelic realms, and they have a whole hierarchy. Got all different types of angels. You got regular angels. Their job is to help transport energy forms and sources from planet to planet. Some angels are assigned strictly to babies. Guide and make sure that their souls get to this realm or to whatever realm they need to go to. Some angels are, you got guardian angels. Right? Their job is to protect certain souls. Through the physical incarnation. Then you have archangels. These are some of the most powerful of the angelic realms. It's your archangels. They are the warriors of the angelic realms. They purely deal with fucking up evil or negative vibrations. Very, very huge beings. Very, very powerful beings. And they don't just help the gods who come back in this form. They help the animals. They help nature. They help the elements. And most of your archangels are the generals of the angelic warrior ranks. You got cherubim. They spoke of them in the Bible. And you have seraphim. That would be like the Navy and the goddamn Marines. These are angels. Archangels to be exact. This is Simeon Toko conjured up when he defeated all those forces. And they say we saw these huge beams come out the sky. The sky opened up. Them your archangel ranks.
I asked someone a week ago, like, how much is America in debt? And they were like, this many trillion. And then I asked a rhetorical question, but the dumbest question I've ever asked myself, I said, well, you know, how much does the Earth cost? Think about a bad question. But how much is the Earth worth? Yeah, what is the Earth worth? All the things on Earth. Yeah, and it's saying we can't buy it. We couldn't make enough money to buy the Earth, right? So that means we made money. So if money is the key to all people's happiness and will solve everything and everyone's doing things for money, let's just make more money. But it's not about making more money. It's about keeping poor people poor and rich people rich, and keeping people in their place. And right now, we're experiencing the fall of Rome, or the Titanic has now hit a glacier, and there's people who would prefer to go down with the Titanic than to get on a lifeboat because they don't want to get seawater on their dress or on their nice outfit. The people are so programmed and brainwashed into classism and protectionism that it's difficult for people to embrace innovation unless it has a tag on it that's got a name brand connected to it that says, with this innovation, you will be better than the person, you'll be better than your next door neighbor. You know, when I made Sunday service,
so I don't know how well y'all can hear me because I'm outside, but I wanted to tell y'all a little quick story of what happened last night and why now I understand why white people look at black people like they crazy out here. So I'm drinking, and you know when you drink it with somebody, that's when they start telling you the real tea. So long story short, there's this trans woman that came to the bar that I do know because she does perform. And basically, you know, she's very energetic. She's always trying to have a good time, you know. So while we out and we drinking, she tells me how the girl, the trans girl that we're talking about, how somebody was like trying to clock her at a gay bar, mind you. Like trying to just like tell her calm down and really like kind of settle her down. And she having a good time just like everybody else. So tell me why the girl tells me that she's like, yeah, you know, us white people, sometimes we get a little nervous. Because to mind you, she's defending the trans girl, but at the same time, she's like, yeah, us white people, we get a little nervous when we see black people having a good time. Like, we don't, like, I don't know, it just makes us a little nervous. So I said, are you serious? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't understand why that is. She's like, yeah, people are so weird, and I don't understand why either, but it's just something, like, it just, I don't know, it just makes us a little nervous and just uncomfortable. Girl, when she told me that, I said, well, I respect your honesty, honey, but that's ridiculous. So if you are African American out here in Seattle and you think somebody looking at you like you crazy, bitch, it's not you, it's really them. And honestly, just enjoy yourself and be even more happier than you were before to make them even more mad on myself.